sleep over it, saying like, okay, you know, is this ever gonna get fixed? It will. It takes a little bit of time.
Yeah, the only thing is that was happening even under Walco. There were moments, lots of moments, where like, does NRG, are they cohesive here? Do they know what they need to be doing individually and as a unit? It's something that I hope to see ironed out. I agree with you, not much concern. You know, it is a new IGL, so it's still going to take time to figure that stuff out, but I hope under Nitro they can be more decisive. That is their missing element right now. Anyway, Hex going to be walking out here towards Banana as we get into the action on Inferno. Whizzle, he's blinded, does connect with the headshot. Hex gets the follow-up immediately and forces Limitless back in towards that B site. NRG still have a few pieces of util available to them. They can smoke off CT at a moment's notice, but they're waiting for a flank to come in, and that is the right choice because Tender has no chance due to OC being aware of that, and now they can fall off.
Yeah, that's a great pause there from NRG. They don't try to overcomplicate things. Now they'll go charging up the middle where they're going into Seb's dual Berettas. He's got a real opportunity here to rack up skills. He's thinking about going through it. He will. He finds the first, but Automatic is there immediately for the trade. It's all up to Wolf on the site as DJF is a little too far from the scene of the crime, and he gets absolutely eviscerated by OC. NRG all but confirmed to lock in this pistol, and Limitless left scratching their heads there.
Yep, OC, did I mention he likes Inferno? And that's bad news for Limitless? Because, yeah, he does. DJF is, oh my goodness, he's dead. Automatic going to get the headshot, 1-0 in favor of NRG as they head into this next round feeling probably pretty comfortable due to the fact that they are continuing their round win streak from Anubis over here to Inferno.
Well, as far as Limitless go, they're not going to try anything crazy fancy. No force-wise. And for NRG, keep this nice and tidy. No MAC-10s, funnily enough, purchased. They want to really put the hurt on Limitless straight away. There's, I feel like, a little bit of a risk when some stuff like this happens, because, I mean, if you do lose a player, you are losing a rifle, you can give that over, and with how fragile economies can be for the CT side, especially on a map like Inferno, things like this can mean a whole lot as far as the half goes. But NRG are playing this pretty safe. They're not giving away too much. Here comes the one utility piece from Limitless. There's a chance for X to rack them up, and he absolutely will. It passes the test very, very well, and there is no recovery available for Tender. So very well done for NRG. They keep it as clean as can be, and there'll only need to be one purchase again in round number 3.
Yeah, and here come Limitless with the rifles. That CT economy can be exceptionally frail, like you talked about. I still think, personally, there's a little bit of work to do economy-wise to make things interesting for CTs. Yeah, because sometimes you just end up in an entire half feeling like you could never buy up anything on CT side, whereas on T side, you never really feel like that's the case, because you can often get a Galil or even an AK once the loss bonus builds up enough. So we'll see what changes Valve continues to employ to this economy to make MR12 a little bit less punishing for the CT side. But that being said, Tender is waiting here over in Boiler. Seb gets one, Tender another. Nitro managed to get one back, and then a second, but his teammates aren't able to do anything at all. They do have the space into the B site. No one else is here except for Wiz, who spams through the smoke, desperately hoping to connect on something, but nothing doing. So everyone that was towards the A site at mid and alt mid goes down. They do lose a player on that banana take. Still a chance to come out with this one, and Nitro gets his third on the round. He is dealing out all the damage. Tender down to 17 as well. It's not going to be easy, and OC gets the last two. Wolf and Tender gone. 3-0 for NRG, and these two players, again, are the dynamic duo for NRG.
Certainly so, John. I mean, Nitro's entries on Banana, a huge talking point about that previous Liquid roster I'm going to continue to compare upon as we go through this debut was he would genuinely just be a sacrificial lamb in a lot of these plays, and knowing that he probably wouldn't get the kill. But now you're getting those little 50-50 duels going in his favor, and you can see the potency of these hits even when they lose their extremity players. And you can see just how they were able to just waltz into that B bomb site courtesy of the captain's entries themselves. And now You've got yourselves a 3-0 start for NRG. You've got a Limitless roster that weren't able to save anything off that round previous. And the woes from Anubis continue to spill out over onto Inferno.
Oh, goodness me. This is not the start that Limitless were hoping for on this map. Now they're relegated to pistols only. Got some upgrades across the board. Is it enough? So far, no. Seb loses that duel with automatic, and so much space is gained off of that for NRG. They don't know it. Limitless are going to go for a late boost onto the flower pots. No one is home yet on NRG's side for DJF to try and track down. But as that smoke fades, his position gets a lot less potent. Are they going to re-smoke it? They have one left in Brehze's hands, but Brehze is dead. He was on the other side. Tender the headshot. So now they got to go without the smoke here. DJF waiting. It's a two-man stack. Great flashbang thrown, and that will seal it. Automatic with two. Wiz and DJF gone. With that, Limitless will probably save the AK. Yeah, Tender should be falling back at this point. Tender should not be fighting. Tender, listen to me. I know it's tempting to do an NA save here and be really aggressive, but you should fall back. Oh no, here comes a flashbang. Tender's holding it, gets the headshot, and now his position known, and he re-peeks it. He really wants to take these fights, even though the save is the better idea for him. I understand the money's there, but still. Okay.
But what if I had more kills on my stat sheet, he says.
Yeah.
As he takes 2 more. I mean, there's no way he reads Nitro, right? He's wondering, how the hell is he in apartments? I dealt with the mid-pressure. Either way, NRG get themselves 4 rounds, and they'll be repurchases, no problem for the T side.
Yeah, and I get it. Like I said, they had the money. They can buy up in this round anyway, so you might as well try and do damage, and he absolutely did. I mean, 3 frags, I can't really fault him for it because of the way it turned out. But it doesn't always turn out that way, and you have to play the odds, right? That saving is the better plan, so... and keeping that AK, that one-shot headshot on defense is exceptionally potent. Anyway, we'll see if it has an impact as things go on, and he did, in fact, punish the economy of NRG. 4 AKs and the A1S, and there's Wiz deleted right off the docket by Hex AK. Hex looking for more now. Brehze trying peeking from Boiler. Brehze doesn't get anything onto Tender. And now Hex has to think twice about peeking this. Hex will be supported by OC towards mid. They get another one onto A. That means the A side is exceptionally soft, and NRG realize that a rotation has to come through for Limitless, so they focus their attention towards the B site now.
Well, I mean, 3v4s are just a nightmare to navigate on this map. You've got to gamble pretty much in either situation, and they're going to go a little bit more A-leading, play the fade of the smoke, and get information back, courtesy of Tender. Now the rotation, the second player of Seb coming back into B as they execute in. There's no player on the site proper, and that'll have to be DJF. Tender tries his best on a flank, and he'll find one, but unfortunately it'll go down to Hex, and NRG will navigate this situation no problem. I gotta say, John, Wiz has not had any fair fights in this game, I feel like. I mean,
No.
he had so much work that he did with those rifles on Anubis, but every time he's gotten out the sniper, I feel like he's just been overrun or absolutely destroyed by an AK-47.
Well, I mean, yeah, they put Wiz in first contact situations a lot, and, well, he's not winning them. I kind of agree with you. In some cases, it just feels unfair, just because of the shots that NRG are hitting. Well, I mean, what can you do? Wiz has to collect himself and try to recover. He was pretty good at the end of Anubis, I would say, towards the latter part of that map. He started to pull off a couple of multi-kill rounds that, you know, were impactful, but at the end of this round, I should say, I mean, it's 5-0 for NRG, and things aren't looking that great. Tender's doing a great job on exit frags. I mean, he's got 10 on the board, but they haven't really been in situations where they've had impact.
Yeah, 2 KD, 180 ADR nearly. That's everything you could ask for. James is smiling down upon him, saying, "Well done, my son. Well done."
Looks good on the stat sheet, but in the server, not as much. 5.
Well, at the very least, they get that AWP for Wiz again.
That is true. That is true. And we'll see if he can have some impact with it. In fact, the rounds where he was getting those multi-kills weren't with the AWP. It was with the rifle. Nade sails in. And again, look, he's down to half health already. Molotov's going to come in as well. His life is going going to get a lot more difficult. He's going to be forced away from the top of Banana. NRG are putting all this pressure in terms of util towards Banana, and in the meantime, well, they're going to the A site. 3 players in apartments. Tender's going to have his hands full. Flashbang, perfect. Tender's done. Wolf on the site at Boost, and he gets spotted out very quickly afterwards. They're spamming the smoke. It just feels like a firing squad from NRG towards Limitless. 5v2, no frags for Wiz again in this round. He's down to 12, his position known. It's mission save at this point, and I don't know if NRG is going to afford them that luxury. They are already putting the pressure on here post-plant.
Yeah, I mean, that is a well-timed pop, catching the defense in transition. They just swarm the side. They want more. NRG want to take away everything from the defense. Tell the tale.
Oh.
And he gets another one, which is kind of insane on 11 HP. But it's Wiz still on a low HP bar, trying to hold on to this for as long as possible. And his position is now known. They know he's in church. It's cordoned off by the incendiary. And now, he's got nothing else to do but hit the shot, and he can't. Automatic is there before he can even pull the trigger. And NRG keep the clean sheet alive at 6 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't even set up for that opportunity to pull the trigger. Automatic caught him off guard with the timing on that peak. Yeah, 6-0. The big goose egg up for Limitless. And Wolf, speaking of goose eggs, might be in secret agent territory soon.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know. 007 coming up for Wolf. Maybe he'll get a frag here. We'll see. They do have the 4A1Ss and the MP9 available to them with that full loss bonus kicking in. DJF's going to throw the nade. Another one sailing on through as well. And thing is, NRG's been doing a great job of reading this util and waiting it out and not taking much damage from it.
All they do is keep dishing out the damage, and DJF will get punished. I thought he had the lineup there.
I did too.
But automatic, just a little bit quicker on the trigger there. I mean, these banana fights have been all NRG all day. I haven't really seen a round where Limitless are down in logs, kind of extending a little bit of pressure. This T side really has had their way on every sort of choke point on Inferno thus far. And it's really on Limitless to try and show a little bit of pressure, puff their chest out a little bit, and fight for these parts of the map.
I agree. A little bit of aggression wouldn't hurt. Not that they're not trying towards top banana. You saw there, DJF was going for the wide swing. I mean, maybe the timing a little bit off, but I was with you. I thought he had the lineup. It just didn't come through, and Automatic gets that headshot. Speaking of Automatic, he's up to 10 frags. Kind of snuck up there, honestly. Automatic looking for a follow-up here. He doesn't need to. Nitro is going to take care of that. They spam through the smoke. Wolf taking damage. I mean, they're far away from this site. Bomb going to get planted. Wiz does manage to catch up with Wolf, but look where Tender is. He has to go a mile here to get back onto that site, and OC finding Wiz will probably trigger him just to try and save. Brehze was lurking around that site trying to get some damage, and Wolf finding one too makes it, well, at least damage done. I was going to say interesting, but not so, because Tender is just so far away. He can't have an impact, and he will again be on a mission to save his third, maybe even fourth time, where he's the last one standing.
And this time, I actually don't even think he's going to find anybody. They're so keen on him being on that A site, but he has gone all the way back to T-Apps, where he will save. I mean, NRG right now, Nitro, you can see, is in a little bit of a flow state. The calls are very simple, but they are very decisive. They are getting all the players on the same page, and that's what we were talking about. That's what we were looking for when we had this captaincy change, right? We wanted just a little bit more concise decisiveness from all 5 of these players to kind of show why these 5 individuals are so good when they get going.
Well, this is certainly a show of the skill level that NRG can bring the opponent's way. DJF throwing that nade, and again, NRG, they're just waiting it out and spacing themselves well so that they avoid most of the damage from the early util volley. And for Limitless, we talked about it a few rounds ago, there is some aggression coming through, but I would say not enough. They're playing scared at this point, and usually you want to try and fight that util battle a little bit more, throw the incendiaries, throw the Molotovs down if you have them. But this time, they're just throwing the 2 nades, and then they give up the space to NRG. NRG taking it. Now without information for Limitless, they have to keep those 2 players on the B site. No one really watching lane either. I mean, NRG's got so much map to work with.
this is a picture-perfect default if you want to take notes at home as far as basic, T-sided defaults go. You take banana, you switch back over once you have car control over to brackets, and then you make your decision. They have a good little flash to get Brehze out of dodge. So now he's going to have to fight fire with fire. Bullets are there,
no.
but Wolfie disconnects. There is a weird trade in that all that goes down. 35 seconds left on the clock. The B-side is lost, and Seb is going to try to claim it back. This MP9 has to put in a little bit more work. Takes so much damage after that actual initial exchange.
I think they're still going to win the round.
But yeah, I think there's still a very real world. And they're just going to go charging straight through that smoke. Seb does it all. Triple kill on that SMG. Even with Wolf's disconnection, they find themselves there first.
That is ridiculous. The fact that the first round they win is where, one, I think they lost a body prior to that, and two, then Wolf disconnects. You're like, okay, well, this isn't going to happen. And it does. It's the round that Limitless pick up, with most of those frags coming courtesy of the MP9. And look at that, 4 AKs brought out. In fact, I don't think they lost a body. It was just Wolf that disconnected. So 4 AKs up here, an M4 available for Wolf. And on the other side, well, there's still enough money for NRG to get their full buy-up as well. It's one round. It's something, at the very least, coming through. They need a lot more than that if they have a chance. If they want to hope for a chance at coming out with victory here on this map.
They're starting to flex their muscles a little bit more with Tender going aggressive in bedroom. But his shoulder's been spotted. Hext is very privy to this. And while all this is happening, Brehze will take even more control and more space into the apartments. This is great work from the twosome of Hext and Brehze. Even more damage being dumped out by the Canadian with that nade. As Wolfie goes down to 58. They've got a 2-2 split now, John, and this is always where things get really ugly for the CTs.
Yeah. This is not going to be great. Look at Brehze's position as well. Like, you can't go back into Moto right now if you're Wiz. And there he goes. Brehze is watching it. And he gets the follow-up onto Wolf as well. A-site cleared out. Limitless likely on a save here, as NRG are going to isolate that round victory and make it 8-1. Unless Limitless say, okay, these two flashes and smoke are enough. No, Hex is waiting right there towards CT, denying Seb anything, and then gets the follow-up onto DJF. So not only do they go a step too far in thinking about taking that retake, they don't save any guns. I mean, yes, you have money. Tender, DJF, Wiz, and Wolf can buy up thanks to the fact that they had those 4 AKs that came through. But still, that is a very tough situation for Limitless in the round and, of course, in the map as well.
Max loss bonus allows you to purchase in, but at the end of the day, man, fundamentally, they're just not able to keep up with our NRG and the pace of their defaults. Sure, you had a little bit of aggression from Tender, but beyond that, it is still the same situation when you're losing banana, you're losing brackets, and you're not able to exert any pressure as part of the defense. Nitro hasn't been individually as on point as he was on Anubis, but he's calling even better than he was before. Double setup there from Limitless as they try to fight for car, and they finally get rewarded with an opening 5v4. That's a little bit more like it.
Oh. Okay, automatic. I thought if he gets a 2K, things are problematic, but he doesn't. OC trying to do what automatic couldn't and make the numbers even at a 3v3, but it's not going to happen just yet. Smoke gets tossed out, and he's just a distraction at this point. I have a feeling that Limitless has no idea Brehze is up this far. Oh my goodness, yeah, they didn't know at all. Wolf, though, does recover. Hex and Brehze are deleted, and Wolf makes it a 3v1. Thing is, look where OC's going. He's going to a B site that's been vacated. He doesn't have the smoke, so he's going to have to take...
Still got enough money to purchase here. Now look, if Limitless can get this round on the board, things can still be salvageable. They can still get 4 at the tail end. There's not going to be any money to speak of for NRG, meaning pistols is probably what they have to deal with. 4 rounds is salvageable. I think that's good enough. If you can get the pistol and you can start to salvage rounds and momentum that way, they can do what NRG did to them. No problem.
Can Limitless pick up more rounds, though? That is the very big question. And now they've fallen back again to the more passive play here at Banana, saving their util for what they feel should be a late execution for NRG, but that doesn't happen. They've already taken the space here. Automatic swung through into Church, spots out Seb on the flank. Brehze gets one as well, but Wiz is still able to strike through onto Hex and Nitro through the smoke. OC finally gets one back here. 3v2 in favor of NRG, but now they have no information as to where the last two Limitless players are. Tender is, again, all the way over at the A site, so he has to rotate and help Wiz out, as Wiz wants to go for this one, as you would imagine he should, because they need rounds now. Automatic. Waiting, flashbang thrown, Wiz pushing out, he has to clear Banana, needs to be careful, throws the smoke to try and isolate the fights, but time is ticking away on this bomb as well. Wins the first one against Automatic, but now he's by his lonesome. Tender can't do anything. Brehze spamming away, the smoke is on the bomb. Wiz tries to tap it to distract them, but it doesn't work. Brehze is going to get the last one. That's 2 for him, 2 for OC, and 9 for NRG heading into the last round of this first half.
Yeah, that was the test they needed to pass Limitless, and unfortunately they couldn't clear that hurdle, which means now NRG, they do just truly run away with the game, nabbing that 9th round. I mean, they'll have one more purchase here in the final round of the half, but it's that mental game that I was looking for, that ball that they could start to roll down the hill, but it hasn't gained enough traction. And now NRG are kind of in the driver's seat. OC finds a dry swing from Wiz out in mid, and he'll get his counterpart down and out for the count. That's a nice 5v4 for NRG to sit on.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I mean, they're just catching them off guard at every turn. Brehze manages to sneak through into balcony, but look at this, a flank on a flank. Brehze gets found by Tender. Okay, so Tender strikes back. Still, it's a man advantage favor NRG, and look where Hex is. I mean, the defensive gaps here for Limitless are, of course, a little bit troubling, and that's a result of Tender pushing into the apartments, and of course the frags that NRG got. Let's see if they can recover the Limitless on DJ towards Banana. He gets 2. Automatic and OC are gone, and now the tables have turned. Hex and Nitro, the last 2 standing, and Hex aware of the flank that's coming in on him. Tender gone. 2v2. Now they have some space to work with, but the bomb is trapped at bottom. Banana and Nitro can't win that fight against Seb. It is all up to Hex in a very crazy round of play, where players were switching sides left, right, and center. But it's still possible for Hex to clutch this one out. 15 HP for Seb. Molotov is there if Hex wants to toss it through, and he does decide to pull it out. There it goes. Seb could be isolated away from DJF here. Hex trying to spam the smoke, get a little bit lucky. It doesn't happen. Have the right idea. 20 seconds now. He has to go. Throws the flash out. Spamming again. Not connecting on anything. And Seb finally ends him. Limitless keep NRG off of double digits as we go to the halftime break. All right, we're back. Second half of action, Limitless. Some signs of life towards the end of the half, recovering when it felt like NRG had a stranglehold on the round. DJF delivers a couple of frags, and then they get the bomb in their hands. But now we're into the pistol round second half. Wolf getting gushed down to 11 HP. Limitless need a pistol. They need something here, and well, so far, not good at all. Hex with the dualies, doling out the damage and the bullets. Wolf still alive at 11 HP. I mean, this is getting very difficult for the for the Limitless side. Flashbang comes out, automatic, takes care of one, and Hex gets the last two. A 4K for Hex, who's now up to 18 frags.
Even on the pistol, you can see the amount of confidence that NRG have and the willingness to take banana duels and just the continuous chaining of flashes. That is the difference between NRG and Limitless right now. Of course, the scoreline will always suggest that they can do things like that, but that's the kind of point that I'm trying to iterate towards you guys at home. Just the necessity to kind of go for those kinds of duels and show that confidence.
It's going to sail in, does a lot of damage to Wiz. Brehze spots out one. OC finishes off DJF with the nade. Brehze turns to his left, finds one, goes in front, gets another, and Nitro jumping in the air. He's got wings here with the MP9 as he gets a couple, and it will be NRG making it look easy on the anti-eco.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Pretty much it. This is it.
Yeah, again,
I
right?
I can't necessarily write a pretty picture here, a pretty story here for you guys. But let's see.
Yeah, and it's not trending well for Limitless at all. Wiz walking out here, Limitless. We'll have the AKs at the very least, so they have that firepower edge since NRG are on a bonus round. 2 MP9s. Where are they positioned? One on B, one on A. Hex does have the A1S to support Nitro. I think Nitro's waiting for contact here before throwing the smoke. DJF will give him that. There we go. And the smoke likely going to be tossed here. Nitro's still holding on to it. That's some good patience because the execute doesn't come in just yet, and he wants to spot out more than that. There we go. As the smoke is thrown, he throws the counter smoke, and Limitless won't be afforded much more space towards Banana. But in the meantime, they do send 3 players into bracket. Tender waiting and holding this angle from Boiler. He gets flashed out here, which will afford NRG a peek should they want it, but they don't. They just want to slow up Limitless a little bit more. 45 seconds left on the clock. Automatic. Sees a player and can't even throw the smoke. In fact, he does throw the smoke, but his head is gone. Wiz takes care of that. Now they can pinch in towards the B site, and Nitro's in a world of hurt.
It's only the SMGs on this B bomb site. Actually, Hex still has a rifle, but either way, Nitro's got to stand and deliver here from the church position. He's given a little bit of a shoulder, and now he's going to stand and duel. They somehow get rid of that one pincer of the attack. Somehow Seb is finally able to dislodge, but Tender is now spotted. The lurk effect.
Oh my goodness.
I think he lost internet or something. I'm not sure how that happened. But bomb is down nonetheless. DJF in the clutch with 38 HP. He's got to do it right here, right now. But OC still got a nade, and they've still got flashbangs to get themselves into the site proper. DJF will just have to swing for the fence. He spotted out a couple, but at this point, things are just going to get really difficult. He finds the first. Definitely necessary as time continues to rot away, but there's Brehze. They've nailed that headshot. Map point secured for NRG, as they really can do no wrong.
Jeez. That should have been a Limitless round. I mean, they had everything going their way. The pincer onto Nitro, who shouldn't have gotten 1 frag, not to mention 2. And he had the support of his teammate Hex over on the site proper. It just should have gone the other way under most circumstances with how much map control Limitless had gained, and it doesn't. It's a shame for Limitless. I mean, of course, they're dealing with a lot more roster changes on their side than NRG is, but still, that's one that really they are going to look back and say, hey guys, we should have gotten this one, even if NRG is a stronger team than us at this point in time. 12-3. 9 rounds for NRG to close this one out, and I'm not sure they're going to need more than one. And again, guys, that was a bonus round for NRG that they just took away from Limitless.
So they're down to 2 smokes and 1 molly here for Limitless. I'm not necessarily fancying their chances at this point, but they're going to have to try to take map control pretty much dry. And they've utilized one of their mollies, so one of the pieces of the facility. There's a good trade, but automatic Brehze are there to chime in. No apartments aggression means Brehze can pretty much just sit and wait. That means Limitless, they have one last effort, one last ditch effort here onto the B bomb side. They're trying to catch players off guard on the reload, but Hex is immediately there to respond in kind. 2v4 to defend Limitless's honor, and 40 seconds left on the clock as well. But John, I do not like the chances here.
Yeah, it's not looking great. There is some information gained, and hey, Tender's coming in. Could blindside Nitro? Maybe no. He will get spotted by Hex before he has a chance to even set foot into that B site. Head gone, deleted. Seb falls to the same fate. 13-3 in favor of NRG as they are dominant here on Inferno from start to finish. It was never really in doubt.
Yeah, we were kind of expecting this result, John, and I'm very excited about this NRG roster. Of course, it is a lesser opponent in Limitless, but you can see that the signs are there.